Okay, this is Bonsai Anonymous, and I'm going to try to do a little better job with the video this time. Right now I'm looking at my watch and it's right in focus. This thing is kind of a problem. Let's move it over here a little bit like this. So we can move this around. Okay, so this plant is a willow, and some time ago I decided I was going to try to make it into a weeping willow. Okay, and what ended up happening is kind of what you see here. It just kind of folded, and so what I thought I would do today is get rid of all this wire, which is pretty much useless now. The tree seems to be somewhat dead. At least some parts of it are. I mean, that part's dead for sure. It's dry as a bone. But this part might not be. I don't know. So anyway, I'm taking all the wire off. And the thing about wire is that you leave it on until it's unnecessary. And in most cases, that means that the plant is going to stay where you wired it. In this case, it's not necessary because the plant is dead. At least much of it is. Some of my willows, other ones, I have a few others, are coming back. So perhaps this one will. For now, I'm going to take off all this wire. I can get off. See if there's anything underneath it. Looks like it might have bit in a little. I also think there might be a what do you call it? A bud under there, perhaps. I think some of the wire cut in, and yeah, it's not very down very far. And when it cuts in, it does bad things, like right here. You see that? It's pretty much dead. So the best way to get rid of it is just, well, let's see here. Thought I could break it off way down by the stem, but it doesn't appear to be quite as dead down there as it is here. This can go. I spent a long time that day wiring this, so it would be hi number 2, that's my duck. So it could turn into this beautiful weeping willow plant, and it's mainly just weeping now. It's weeping about its future that it had, and now it doesn't. I will, sooner or later, get to the point where I don't worry about willows anymore. So I really like the way they look, but okay, let's get in there. Nice big enough here. Some of these have been on for a while. I can see that they're cutting in. That's not great. So my deal could have been managed a little better. See, that one looks like it might make it. This one I don't think so. It's easier to take this off than it is to put it on. I'll say that for it. Okay, is that about it? Almost. A nice good piece up here. Then I'm going to look and see how far I can cut this back. In other words, if it's not dead all the way, how dead is it? How do you tell if it's dead? Well, if you bend it and it cracks, it's dead. If it wasn't dead, it'll be dead shortly. I've broken a few. A few of them I've been able to get to stick back together with various ways. Okay, so there's the wire right there, and let's get where we were. There, a little farther. Okay, that's not bad. So, in addition to doing that, see now that breaks right off. Now it didn't. So, break it off till it doesn't break. Now this is a piece right here that I think is alive. Okay, and there might be some more in here too in this mess when I start to look. So, one of the things you have to do quite often is weed. And I haven't been weeding very well here. So what I want to do is get something to put a little water in. So I'm going to try to save some of this artillery plant because I like it. Everything else that's in here, I don't know, no big deal. So let's just start here. Every time I find a piece of metal or a piece of wire on the ground, I pick it up. It's just that short. All right. Some of these plants are plants that I might grow in another pot. This one's just it's got so much everything in it that I just want to clear it up a little bit. So some of these I don't keep. I'm going to try to keep the artillery plant for the most part. It has a root on, I'll put it in this water. And it comes out fairly easy and it doesn't transplant too badly. I'll get all those leaves out too here while we're at it. Trying to get out here to do this for a few days, and I have finally made it. Some of these are cute little plants, like this one right here is a cute plant. Where is it? There. This one is like a little 4-leaf clover, but I've got a lot of them, so I'm going to take them out of here. And this plant needs a little help, so let's get in there and do it. Now, it's probably too late. You know, I have to say that to myself because by the time it starts to do this, I don't know. I don't know if it's really what it's trying to tell me. But as looking in here, I find some pieces of other plants in here. So I think I've had more than one willow in here. This is a stump right there. That's a willow stump. You see my finger? Probably not. There's a willow stump right in there. Okay, so we're going to continue going on and around here. If I didn't care about the artillery plant, I would just go crazy here. Just yank everything. But I'm trying to save it. Some of these big ones out. Okay. So. Lots of things like to grow where I plant things. It's not always the ones I want. Some of these plants, as I say, I may want them in another pot, especially the little ones like that. That's you see it? See that? That's almost. That is looks like a 4-leaf clover, and I can't ever remember what they are called. But fortunately, they're like a lot of the other plants in my yard. They come up without any help. My 2 ducks are behind me back here, crying silently because I haven't come through with anything for them. I see a tail shake number 2. That means you're not totally destitute. You're not destitute. You're a duck. All right. My let's see. That one. It's interesting. almost looks like it has a woody stem. I don't know how that's possible. Turn this around here. And this has been in here a long time. Long time. For all this to have grown. Now, this one I'm not taking out. This is a Virginia creeper. It's a vine, and I like them, and may not really work in this with these plants very well as a design, but it'll soon go the other direction. So it'll be going outward from the pot, not into it. Okay, a few more here of these. More. All right. I'm not pulling that one out. See, this has happened to me before, where I talk about a plant that I don't want to pull out, and then 5 minutes later I pull it out. My mistake. I'm good that way. I'm good at remembering things. There's some back here. I need a little more water. Let me find something to put water. Another one. I like water hyacinths, and so we have a canal down here on a way that has often water hyacinths growing in it when the city doesn't get in there in time and poison them all. Anyway, go down there and get some, and I bring them up here, and I put them in my kind of water garden back here, because I like the way they look. And then my ducks come the next day and eat them. So we're trying to work together here. I can't stand it. Can come out. About half done. Not bad. So we can go in here. Out. This means it was fertilized, but I see a lot of evidence of it right now. So when I get done with all this, depending on what I do, I will some of these artillery plants are serious. They almost have woody stalks on them, which I would love. I would love to have one of them actually turn into a little tree, but I don't know if that's what they do. Okay, so here I got to be careful, because right here I have these sprouts coming off from this willow. Okay, I wonder if I can get rid of this now. I bet I can. Let's just see. I don't think it does much. Okay, so we got it. Dead. Some of these may not quite be dead, and so we're looking for ways to save them. I don't want to kill this one by going around it too much. You can go in there. Can't. Let's see. These are not so good. Nope. those have good roots. Look at that. That's a serious root. I wish some of my bonsai made roots like that, but they don't. Okay, I'm not getting rid of that. See, I could work my way around here and pull that out easily. It's easily possible. It would be annoying if it happened, but it's happened before. This one. This means it was fertilized some time ago, maybe 2 cycles ago. Those little tags don't work so good. Let's see. Well, just about done. Well, just about done with this part. And that. Okay, so I'm going to put you over here. I don't know what I'll do. Okay, so let's go through here and get all the rest of it out. I want to bring this up. And I'm going to get my scissors out, one of them. And put you here. Let's see if this scissors will do it. First here. There we go. Okay, I think that was a good choice. Alright, I don't know about you. Right there. I'm going to go there, here. All right, now. All right, so leaving the rest of this, yes, it's quite a big crop of those I made out of it. Now, a good thing to do here would probably be to repot it. I'm just tired today. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is this, which is just making the roots a little, give them a little more air, I guess. I do this in the yard, so I figure it can't hurt here. Just like this. This tree, it's got a nice trunk on it still. Hitting roots, so I think it still has roots. Now, okay, so you can see that it's got roots in here. I mean, they're coming up to the surface. But instead of doing that right now, what I'm going to do is get some fertilizer. Come on. You don't want fertilizer. You don't. I'm a little girl about this. So I put that way. I think it's better. There was a time when I felt that I had killed some of these willows with fertilizer. Still not sure I didn't, actually. Still not sure. All right. All right. Look at that. Now we can say here. Ooh, something on here. What we just did. Let's see here. Heated. Dewired. For 14.25. All right. And where's the red tag? Going down. All right. Another one. I like that. You can see it. All right. I don't think it needs to be watered right now. It's still damp from yesterday. So hopefully next time we'll see a little more action now that I've freed it from its bondage. All right. Bonsai Anonymous out.